Hello students, now we are going to discuss about the simple permanent tissue. It is a type of permanent tissue. The characteristic feature of simple permanent tissue is that it is made up of single type of cell. Now, these cells are similar structurally as well as functionally. Now, as we have discussed during the introduction of permanent tissue, that simple permanent tissue is of two types. On the basis of function, and these two types include protective tissue and the second type is supportive tissue. Their name suggesting clearly their function. Today we are going to discuss about the protective tissue first. So let us discuss the protective tissue. As the name implies, the protective tissue is concerned with the function of protection. So they are, or it is, primarily protective in function. Example is epidermis. Now we are going to discuss the characteristic features of the epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost covering of the plant parts and it is made up of a it is unicellular thick, or its thickness is unicellular. It is made up of single layer of cell. The first property of epidermis is it is the outermost layer. Of various, the thickness of this outermost layer is single cell layer thickness, which is called as unicellular, which means it is made up of a single layer of cell. On outer side, the epidermis is covered with cuticle. Cuticle is nothing but a waterproof layer of waxy substance called as cutin. Now this cuticle layer is quite thicker in xerophytes to prevent the loss of water. Now the other properties of epidermis, at some places this single cell layer of the single cell outermost layer of various body parts is discontinuous, means it is at some places not continuous due to presence of small pores called stomata. So the epidermis is at some places interrupted by the presence of stomata. And these small pores or stomata are guarded by a pair of bean-shaped cells, which are also known as guard cells. These guard cells regulate the opening and closing of these pores that are called as stomata. Now coming to the functional aspects of the epidermis. As the name implies, they are the example of protective tissue. So the main function of epidermis is to protect the plant from desiccation and infection. Desiccation means loss of water that causes dryness, desiccation, and infection is caused by the various pathogens like bacteria, fungi, viruses. So this epidermis provides protection against these two factors. Therefore, the cuticle layer, which is mainly associated with preventing the desiccation, is thicker in the xerophytic plants. Xerophytic plants are those plants which are found in the dry desert regions and there is scarcity of water. So, the thick cuticle layer of epidermis prevents or protects them against desiccation that can be caused by the high temperatures. Now, besides this, the cuticle of epidermis reduces the rate of transpiration and thus it prevents wilting. Wilting is caused due to excessive transpiration or loss of water vapor in the form of loss of water vapor through the openings. So, cuticle reduces rate of transpiration as well as evaporation of water and thus prevents wilting. Now, we all know that epidermis is discontinuous at some places due to presence of stomata. These stomata also play a very important role in plants' life. These stomata allow gaseous exchange to occur and that gaseous exchange is very much important for photosynthesis as well as respiration. So, this is very important that stomata allows exchange of gases. Gases are carbon dioxide and oxygen as well as water vapor and that is required during photosynthesis as well as respiration. We all know that photosynthesis is concerned with the production of organic food from inorganic substances like CO2 and water in presence of sunlight by the green cells of the plant. And respiration is concerned with oxidation of organic food to produce inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water along with the release of energy. Besides this, stomata also helps in transpiration and this transpiration, which is loss of water in the form of water vapor through stomata, is essential for the ascent of water and dissolved minerals from root to the upper parts of the plant. So, stomata also helps in the other example of the protective tissue is cork. If we talk about cork, it is made up of dead cells with thick walls which do not have any intercellular spaces. The cell wall in cork deposits waxy substance called as suberin. So cork is made up of dead cells with thick wall without intercellular spaces between the Koch cells have deposition of waxy substance called as suberin. Now coming to the functional aspects, as with the epidermis, Koch cells or Koch tissue is also protective in nature. It provides protection against desiccation and infection. So main function is providing protection. In brief, we can say their main function is providing protection. Besides this, the cork found extensive commercial use because it is used in shuttlecocks as covers of the bottles, etc. So it is also having lots of commercial use. So that's all for today. In this lecture we have discussed about the protective tissue, which is a type of simple permanent tissue. In the next lecture we will be discussing the supportive type of simple permanent tissues. Have a good day.